Hi, and welcome to my presentation on my behavioral intervention. First, I really have to apologize for sounding like a lounge singer, but I have totally caught the Valdez crud this week. Hey, and speaking of Valdez, let's talk a little bit about Alaskans and hypertension and anxiety. So, first, I think it's really important to mention that according to the Alaska Department of Health and Human Services, 28% of Alaskans deal with hypertension. That's an extraordinarily large number. Likewise, 12% of Alaskans deal with anxiety or panic disorder. I think that it's really important that it's recognized that these two conditions really kind of blend together. I also think that a lot of Alaskans don't seek out for either of these things. Thus, I'm proposing an intervention program open to Winter Valdez residents ages 30 to 50 who suffer from both hypertension and anxiety. First, an exclusion criteria, and it's the only exclusion criteria I have. You must be a year-round Valdez resident to participate in this program. This is because we have such a huge influx of commercial fishermen during the summertime that if we were to open it to everybody, there would be very few ways to monitor progress and to continue to check up with people. And I don't want to leave clients or patients hanging out like that. So we're opening it only to in-town residents ages 30 to 50 who suffer from both hypertension and anxiety. This data will be gleaned a couple different ways. First, we're going to survey the electronic medical record at the Valdez Medical Clinic. Two, because Valdez is so flush with cash, there are a couple of really firm ways to get information out there. I'm going to post it on the Valdez bulletin board. KVAK, the only radio station in town, is going to run a couple of ads for me. And we're just going to get the word out that, hey, do you have hypertension and anxiety? Come to this whole person program we got going on. I think that it's also important to mention, though, like Wrigley in 2005 said, and Fitzpatrick in 2018, stigma regarding mental health issues in small town America is real. And by God, in Alaska, especially in the wintertime, gossiping about each other, one of our favorite hobbies. So I think it's really important that this group, when they are finally assembled, really understands confidentiality, that confidentiality is only going to extend to their silence. Between you and me and the lamppost, I'm kind of counting on members of that group talking about it, which is great. Well, I mean, bad, but great, because then hopefully the next time we run the program, more people are going to want to come out. So this program is going to be 4 weeks. Here's what we're going to talk about. First, we're going to have a pre and a post test. This is so that we can measure outcomes and come up with a game plan in case things didn't work. But in that first session, we're going to learn all about hypertension, what your numbers are, how to measure them. You're going to get your own blood pressure cuff. We're going to download a couple fancy apps onto smart devices so that we can track. Second, we're going to talk all about anxiety. We're going to talk about what it feels like. We're going to talk about the differentiation between, hey, that thudding in my chest, is it my heart? Or is it anxiety? Is it my hypertension or is it my nerves? We're also going to do, in the third session, some calming exercises like meditation, progressive muscle relaxation. And I got to tell you, since I do live in an oil and fishing town, the concept of telling some of these burly guys up here, we're going to do meditation is a little scary for all of us. Lastly, that last session, we're going to do some wrap up. We're going to talk about what worked. We're going to talk about what didn't work. We're also going to do a post test. That's really important. I got to say, keeping people engaged sometimes in my town, really, really hard. So if you are a client who participated in all 4 sessions and you did the pre and the post test, I'm going to put your name in a drawing for a Prospector gift card. Prospector's a local outfitting store. It's the only outfitting store in town. So and if your name gets drawed, you get $50. Yay! So hopefully that'll be incentive enough, aside from learning more about your body and your life, for people to continue to engage in this program. Some of those outcomes that we're looking for, man, I want people to be able to walk away from this health intervention knowing how to manage their anxiety and their blood pressure a little bit better. So thank you so much for coming today. If you have any questions, please let me know.